One of my favorite people to talk to on a consistent basis is Mayor Kurt Lang out of Hamden, Connecticut. I grew up in Hamden, and it's crazy. I'm seeing a lot of noise coming from back home, and it's good. I think it's good because it provokes change, right? But like the mayor, man, he's a big ally. That guy impressed me. He impressed me not only because his process of communication isn't bureaucratic, and not because he's like this decision maker that has all these different allies, but his commitment. When I was able to speak with him, connecting with my brother, Rich Muntz, the mayor gave me 3 weeks undivided attention. I mean, he was able to get me in front of the chief of police, the police department. He was able to get into the schools, the superintendent. He went to my old high school, Hamden High School, committed some time with Miss Washington and the principals, and we touched on different topics. And I think Mayor Kurt Lang, he has a great advantage because he's open to change, right? And change is very important. I'm gonna tell you why. But before I tell you why, I want to touch on like the dialogue that we're having. We're talking about multicultural education. We speak about social emotional learning, and then innovation. See, when I say he's open to change, like he's very open to how things work today. We speak about having a digital marketing plan for the community, for the city. We're talking about content, original content. My experience as a business influencer and the different brands, the allies, different people that I want to bring to the city of Hamden to make an impact and speak with these kids in the community. And the mayor, I'm watching him learn at a very, very, very fast pace. And it goes back to one of my concepts, understanding the hierarchy of competence, which means the 4 stages of learning, but most importantly, your teachability index. I speak about having a high teachability index, but I don't think people really understand the 2 major components. The way you define your teachability index is your willingness to learn and your willingness to change. Don't be a know-it-all, be a learn-it-all, right? But just because you can get the concept of being a learning machine doesn't mean that your teachability index is where it needs to be. You could be very efficient at learning. You can have a strong willingness to learn, but may not have a strong willingness to change. And most adults over 25, they only change through trauma. And when I was able to articulate that concept amongst some influential people, I also made them aware of this concept that I call drudgery, right? Paying your dues, putting in the work, putting the 10,000 hours. That is a very aggressive process that may kind of feel like a traumatic experience, which invokes the emotion or that willingness to change. And to see Mayor Kurt Lang have that natural ability to say, okay, not only am I gonna learn this concept, Jimmy, or not only am I gonna see it from your point of view, I wanna implement the change. I wanna be able to go get the proper allies in the different teams. Like, I mean, I've seen some ridiculous stuff like, oh, he didn't show up to this, or he's doing this, and how could he would? Yo, the mayor's working. He's working, and he has a tribe. I mean, we created this concept. I came to him and I was like, yo, Mayor, I want to do something for the city, like, or for the town of Hamden, have like all these legends, all these people that I know to be successful that came from Hamden. I wanted to get everybody together and we do like this weekend, do this like charity, do this basketball, celebrity basketball, these panels, all that, which is gonna happen Hamden Weekend Appreciation. We're gonna probably impact around June, but like he challenged me, and he was like, "But what happens year round? What happens in the meantime? Or what happens while we're waiting? There's real situations that's going on." So it made us perfect our concept and turn it into something that we call the Hamden Legends. And the Hamden Legends is going to be a platform where any student, any person in the community can access our digital platforms, whether it's just simple social media, YouTube. You can go on YouTube and hear from somebody that came from your backyard, your neighborhood, and be able to give you the framework and the information that you need to become successful, or give you information to shorten your path to your destination. And I mean, shout out my boy Todd Miner. Todd Miner, he ran for city council in Kent, Washington. My brother Pierre Medori, he's in Atlanta, killing it, established music producer. Who else? Obviously Rich Muntz, you guys see me running hand in hand with him. There's a lot of influential people that came from Hamden or live in Hamden now and reside in Hamden. My boy Bad Chad Dawson. So like all of us that are high performers or may have access to capital or a different social network, we oftentimes get together and we talk about the different things that got us where we're at today. And one thing that was impactful for us is that multicultural education, how we was able to blend in with different walks of life, see their lifestyle and see what happens in their culture and say, hey, I like that. In this family, from this background, they do this. They may be born with financial literacy and they may have certain practices. And it's like, oh wow, but in my culture or in my community, that's not important to me. Maybe sports and entertainment is important to me and I'm missing the financial literacy, and I'm able to take that education from that culture or walk of life and implement that into mine, vice versa. They can see why we may work so hard in this field or in this certain sector. But man, the mayor, he's been able to give us undivided attention, some great time, and has challenged us, and we've challenged him. And the challenge isn't to be this huge community outreach guy, whatever. The challenge is innovation. When you're operating on digital platforms and things like that, you're bringing the world to Hamden, Connecticut, right? But most importantly, Hamden, Connecticut is going to the world as well. So I'm excited, man. Yo, the mayor, he got my full support, and we got some stuff coming. And let this be the first video, right? Let's take today and document it as the beginning of the Hamden Legends. The platform is coming soon. And then all my peoples from Hamden, everybody that I grew up with, people that we all went to high school with, man, I'm interested to hear some of your feedback. Leave some information, email me, text me, call me, drop some things in a comment. I'm listening, I got my ears to the streets, and I want to see how we can impact. But I'll see y'all soon, man. I'll see y'all in June. Hand in hand, standing tall with my boy Rich Muntz, Miss Washington, and my guy, Mayor Kurt Lang. Let's go.